far as I know, Graham Thompson at the Edmonton Journal doesn't have a background in climate science. But he took the time to write an entire column attempting to ridicule Wild Rose MLA Don McIntyre for his views on the subject. Just a few days ago, Thompson wrote this news piece titled, "Wild Rose Still Seems to be Flirting with Denial of Man-Made Climate Change in 2017. This after Don McIntyre said that climate change is cyclical, man is aggravating it, and man is not the sole cause at a press conference. This is hardly a denial of the human factor when it comes to climate change, and Thompson says right in the article that the Wild Rose MLA isn't denying the role of humans. So why did he take the time out of his day to do a write-up on it at all? You see, there are many sides to this argument. The believers that think that humans are contributing the most to global temperature increases, and the skeptics who actually don't deny climate change, but question by how much are humans contributing, which is a totally legitimate and grounded opinion since it really hasn't been confirmed. We also have the alarmists that think the world is ending, and then we have those that do deny climate is changing. But it seems the former are the loudest in the discussion. And Graham Thompson is either an alarmist or he just doesn't know enough about climate science to be writing a column on it. There's a big difference in being a denier and a skeptic, but Thompson might as well have you believe you're crazy for questioning the impact of the human factor, and he makes that clear in his article ridiculing those who do, going as far as suggesting that the Wild Rose Party look like a closet full of climate deniers. Surely he could have used the dictionary to distinguish the difference between denial and skepticism. What's more is McIntyre is no slouch. He was an instructor and curriculum developer for the Alternative Energy Program at the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology and worked as the chief technical officer at a private geothermal company. He also says that the science isn't settled on climate change, and he's right, because science is never truly settled. It's based in probabilities and not certainties, which any real scientist knows. That's why we have hypotheses, theories, and laws. Science is all about questioning. How many times was Einstein's theory of relativity questioned? What about Darwin's theory of evolution? And that brings me back to my original point. Why is Graham Thompson pushing out opinions on climate science? I doubt it's because he's concerned about global temperatures. I think it's because he's a journalist that doesn't like right-wingers and takes any opportunity he can to use his column to take a swipe at them. Remember that column he put out on the rebel not being journalists because we held a rally and don't hide who we are? Plus, who in the mainstream media would write about skepticism? It doesn't sell headlines, and it's too much of a feel-good story that perhaps humans aren't actually the leading cause of rising global temperatures. What's more is that Thompson is using the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, an organization that's been accused of engaging in dubious science, and Obama-funded NASA statistics to refute McIntyre's arguments. Not a lick of information from independent researchers or experts like Dr. Tim Ball, Dr. Patrick Moore, or Dr. Judith Curry on the other side of the fence. It's lazy reporting. In fact, it's disingenuous reporting. Graham Thompson had to push out a half-sided news story to grab attention and whip the left into a frenzy over some pretty solid statements that someone that knows more than him about the topic made. And of course it worked. The NDP caucus is now demanding that the Wild Rose Party remove McIntyre from the energy portfolio. I think Don McIntyre actually accused Thompson of promoting an agenda, to which he responded, "Well, yes, I suppose I am pushing an agenda if the agenda is that political decisions should be based on science, not the other way around." Maybe Graham Thompson should learn a little something about science before authoring an entire column on it and claiming to be morally superior when using it as a talking point. But of course, he does have newspapers to sell. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click below to sign up for our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of our latest news and commentary that you won't find anywhere else.